What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So look, first things first, I just want to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving me this moment and this opportunity. Thank y'all. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, if you want to join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications because I'm uploading every single day. Hit that like button and do not forget to drop a comment down below when complete. Now, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, I'm going to be bringing y'all one of the most rare lockdown defender builds in all of 2K history, going to be called the Ball Hawk. And with this build, we're going to be able to break ankles, have the potential of getting contact dunks, and so much more. So as we go along, just follow with what I'm showing y'all and everything is going to be straight. Let's go ahead and start out by putting this build under the point guard position. Now, when it comes down to the height, the weight, and the wingspan, this is actually very specific with this build, so please just be sure to follow along how I show y'all it. Now, today, we're going to be actually making this build out of 6'5", y'all. That is actually super good compared to how we were able to make this build in the past. A little bit shorter compared to what we would make, but now with this version, we're actually going to be able to be 6'5", a very decent height and all around in my opinion. Now for the weight, I like 175 with a 7'2" wingspan, and I'm telling you, that wingspan is really going to go ahead and help you out on defense. You're pretty much having a wingspan that is going to be longer than your actual height of this build, which honestly makes it all the better. Now, once we go ahead and get into these stats, be sure to follow along. So as you can see, with the close shot, I'm going to go with an 84. Then, for the driving layup, I'm going to go ahead and put this to a 77. Driving dunk, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring this up to a 77 as well. Now, you might be asking, how am I going to be able to get contact dunks with a 77 driving dunk? I'm going to let you know right now, we are able to get the slashing takeover. So that means we're going to be able to put finishing moves on this build, which is going to really allow us to work with this build and get the contact dunks that we want in takeover. Now for the shooting, I'm going to go with an 82 mid-range shot. If you go anything higher, the build name is going to change to a two-way mid-range specialist. However, if you want that build name, go ahead and go after it. But for us, we're going to go ahead and leave it as is, as an 82. Then for the three-pointer, go ahead and put this to an 82 as well. Free throw at a 73, and that's going to give us 25 badges. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the playmaking. So, right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the pass accuracy to a 73. Ball handle, I'm going to leave it at an 80. If you go anything higher, the build name is going to change. As for the speed with ball, the max that you can go with without changing the build name is going to be an 83. Technically, you can go with an 84, but I'm leaving the extra badge point out because I want to be sure to make sure we get extra badge points in other areas and more so the defensive end. But when it comes down to the defensive end for the stats, I'm going to go with an interior defense of 57, perimeter defense of a 77. We're going to be able to get 99 steal on this build with a 65 block. If you want to max out that block to 70 and up, you definitely can do so. But I left it out because, look, I'm going to go ahead and max out that speed at a 93. Acceleration, a 91. Then for the vertical, leave it at a 57. Strength, a 32. Then right here, as you can see with the stamina, we're going to be able to get a 90, which in my opinion is really going to put this build together pretty well. Now, as you can see, we're going to be able to get 20 badges when it comes down to the defensive end. Right here, everything is already looking pretty good. I'm telling you, the only thing that I would try to change about this build is possibly to take down the interior defense and then raise up the block. But again, this is all based on my preference, how I would make this build. So if you see anything different that you would want to go ahead and pick, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, take the risk and try to maintain a build that you would want to use. So as you can see right here, with the extra 24 badges on the playmaking end, that's going to leave us at 44 badges so far. And remember, an extra plus 9 badges if you completed each and every season for the extra badge point, as well as the college championship for another plus 4. So 9 in total with the extras. Now, 44 so far. Let's go ahead and take into consideration, we're going to go ahead and add in the shooting badges, and that's going to put us at a 69 when it comes down to the badges, adding 25 to that. If y'all can't do the math, I'm doing it for y'all, so do not even worry about it. But now finally we have 69 badges once you add up the shooting. Then go ahead and add in the finishing. That's gonna put us at an 89 with an extra +9 right now. That's gonna put us around a 98 badge count, and in next 2 seasons. Within these next 2, you're going to be able to get this build to 100 badges, y'all. So very overpowered, especially for being the most rare lockdown build. Now, with the takeovers, like I said, we're going to be able to get the slashing, shot creating to break the ankles, but then also we are getting the sharpshooting, making this build an elite shooter. Then with the playmaking, so again, whichever takeover you want to pick, go ahead and do so. For me, normally, I would really go ahead and pick the shot creating takeover first, but for this build, I'm going with finishing moves. Second one, it comes down for me, limitless range or ankle breaking shots takeover. To be more lethal, I'm going to go with limitless range. And as y'all can see, we have made the rare ball hawk build, and look at the comparison of John Wall, but this build really is going to remind me of Patrick Beverly, not only because of the name, but how this build is going to be able to play really replicates him. Now, a quick reminder, we got to go ahead and check out what this build is going to be looking like once we get to 99 overall, add boost to it, and also run with teammates that are going to be having floor general and defensive leader on the Hall of Fame tier. So, with all things taken into consideration, you're going to be getting a +10 boost when it comes down to the finishing end. So essentially, you'll be able to get a 99 close shot in takeover. The driving layup, that's going to give us a +10. So pretty much, that's going to be at an 87. Same thing with the driving dunk. And right there, we're going to be able to get contact dunks. But then, once you add on the boost, as well as run with teammates that do have floor general on Hall of Fame, this is going to be up in the high 90s. Now, for the shooting in takeover with boost, everything added in, you're going to be able to get a 99 mid-range and a 99 three-pointer with a 90+ free throw. Then, if you go with the playmaking, you will be able to speed boost with this build just with buying boost. But if you decided to go ahead and put on that playmaking takeover, you're going to have a 99 speed with ball as well as a 99 ball handle. Now, when it comes down to the defensive end, looking really special. You already know that that steal is going crazy. But let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of these badges. Again, when I pick any and put on any of these badges, this is all based off of my own preference. So if you feel like you want to go with something other than what I show y'all, go ahead and take that risk and do it, y'all. But as you can see, I'm going to go with first, limitless takeoff, posterizer, slithery finisher, fearless finisher, as well as gold unstrippable. Now, from there, I'm going to go ahead and add in Pro Touch on Hall of Fame. Then also, with the next couple of badges, I'm going to go with Acrobat on bronze, and that is something that I really feel comfortable with. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the shooting. So, I'm going to go with blinders, Deadeye, as well as Green Machine for the main setup. Then also, I really like to run volume shooter. Then from here, I'm going to go with Sniper on Hall of Fame. Now, we got 9 more remaining badges, so the essential ones that you must put on are also going to go ahead and be Hot Zone Hunter. Sniper, I would really say, is going to be one of those. But now for the next 6. This all comes down to what your comfort level is when it comes down to putting on certain shooting badges. So for me, I would really consider a few. One would be corner specialist. Another one that really comes to mind is going to be lucky number 7 as well. But again, this all comes down to what badges you like to run, and honestly, which badges you feel like are personally going to raise your shooting percentage. Now, let's go ahead and take it a step further. We're going to go ahead and get into the playmaking, and right here, we have 24 badges to work with. So, the first one that I feel like everybody is going to put on right away is going to be Bullet Passer on silver. Then from there, I'm also adding in Hyperdrive, Quick Chain, and then also you cannot forget about Quick First Step. Now, for the next 11 badges, you cannot forget about Handles for Days. Another one that I really like is going to be Unpluckable. Now, that's pretty much the setup if you go ahead and add in Stop and Go. That's going to put it all together that well. Now let's go ahead and move on to the defensive end. I'm going to move quick through this one. So I'm going to go with Chase Down Artists on bronze, Hall of Fame Pickpocket because we're going to be able to get that 99 steal. Then also, I'm going with Clamps on silver, Intimidator, same exact thing. And then for these next 8 badges, you can really spread the wealth to your own liking. So, Off-ball pass is something that I would really consider for this build, just to go with the build name. But honestly, to be much more well-rounded, I'm going to go with Pogo Stick on silver. I really normally do like to run Tireless Defender, but if you want to, you can go ahead and put on Hustler. And if you want the Hall of Fame tier, all you gotta go ahead is do this. Drop down your Pogo Stick 1 tier, then you're gonna be able to have on Hustler. And this is what the build is looking like. We're gonna be able to get 20 defensive badges, 24 playmaking, 25 shooting, with 20 finishing. Again, I just want to go ahead and say thank y'all for finishing this video to the end. I appreciate y'all. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who wants to join a Rich Gang family, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. Hit that like button and be sure to drop a comment down below when done. I love y'all and I thank y'all. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.